Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, champions of order and chaos fiends, tonight we are going to be opening a box of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions. I actually have this and a box of Onslaught, which I was going to open tonight, but I'm going to leave this one till a bit later because it's getting a bit too late now. But tonight, we can crack this bad boy. Let's see. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions is a trading card game that was released in August 2018 in a joint venture between Games Workshop and PlayFusion. PlayFusion also created another card game called Lightseekers, which was sort of like your... it was kind of like a cutesy, light fantasy sort of setting. Elementals, elves, undead, all that kind of cool stuff that we all know and love. But this is a bit darker, because if you know Warhammer, it's a bit dark fantasy, to be honest, really. Right, so each of these boxes contains 24 packs, and each pack contains 13 cards. There are, I've never actually opened a pack of these, so this will be really interesting. There are 6 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare. There's a foil card in every pack apparently, and there are 2 additional slots for champions and blessings, which we might get into a little bit later. These packs look pretty nice. Yeah, sweet. Oh, let's get into it. If you know about this game, awesome. If you know about this game, then you would probably know that there's a digital version of this. It's available on the the Apple App Store or something. I think it's on Switch and probably Steam. I don't know. I haven't dug into it too much. So we've got our first common, Reckless Juggernaut. So this is a unit. Okay, Crypt Shield Black Knight, one of the Risen, Long Strike Raptor, a Stormcast. We've got Searing Firestorm, a spell, as indicated by the blue inner border there. That's pretty cool. Soul Stealer, that's another spell. Commanding the Dead. And we've got our first uncommon, Dark Mist. That looks pretty rad. Ooh, that's really nice artwork. I love the artwork for this stuff. I used to play Warhammer back in the 90s. Used to run a pretty cool Skaven army. Frightful Touch and Capricious Flamer for Chaos. Our rare card is Unhallowed Mortis Engine. That's nice. We have a blessing here. Might of Gork for you orcs out there. Lord Aquilor. That's our champion. And Surge of Justice. That's pretty cool. Can you see this? Can you see the funky foil on that? That's pretty cool. All right. So we've got our commons. We've got our uncommons. Get them out of the way. We've got our rares. Chuck them there. And we've got our foil. Okay. Apparently, sometimes you can get like a booster card in some of these packs. Oh, sweet, Zombie Dragon. Wow, Zombie Dragon is a common. That's kind of weird. Scorn of Sorcery. Nice. Orruk Scrappers. Okay. Gift of Sigmar. Strike Force Liberator. And Battle Glory. Those are our commons. We've got Restoring the Forge. Transmogrifying Flamer. And Tactical Formation for our uncommons. Our rare is the spell Standfast. We've got an Orruk Boss as a champion, and Sneaky Grot Shaman as champion. That's sweet. I love goblins, they're so crazy. And Chaos Runeblade as our blessing. That's a foil. That's nice. So if you're familiar with... if you're unfamiliar with this, but you know of the digital platform games, you'll notice that these on the physical cards, they have these dark spots around all the borders. God, I can't speak. These cards can be scanned and added to your digital collection. Feast of Mork, Brute Smashers, Disruptive Liberator, Pack of Bloodletters, Frenzied Warboar, and Invigorating Chant. So our commons. We've got Brutal Smash, Tactical Formation, and Swift Namati Reaver. Sweet. We've got Cowardly Grots as our rare, Hell Knight as our champion, a Risen champion, and Bone Splitter Shaman as an Orruk champion. That's nice. Ooh. Hungering Vampire Lord. Who doesn't know this artwork? Honestly. Unless, obviously, if you're not familiar with Warhammer. I mean, that is some classic Vampire Counts artwork from, from before Age of Sigmar. Blood Feast, Starving Fleshhounds, Return of the Fallen, Sweeping Namati Thrall, Grimhast Reapers, and Opportunity Strike are our commons. Blood for the Blood God, Wah Chanter, Skeletal Legion, uncommons. Skull Reaper Iron Bearer as our rare, Knight Azeros as our champion, and Berserker Rage for our blessing. That's nice. And Blue Flame. Good old Lords of Change. I hope they never do. Next pack, Jaws of Death, Alpha Griff Charger, Demonic Fury, Hellfire Blast, Lightning Strike, that's cool. Fanatical Skull Fiend are our commons. Hungry Fell Bats, Surge of Justice, and War Chant for our uncommons. Lotan as our rare, Skeleton Champion for our champion, and Frenzied Charge for our blessing, and Scorn of Sorcery for a sick. That looks very Cornish. Not to be confused with Cornish pasties, although they are nice. Scrying Pool, Blue Flame, Mob Rule, Blood Hunt, Paladin Decimator, and Freakish Crypt Horror for our commons. Frenzied Blood Reaver, Big Stabber Crew, and Brutish Resilience for our uncommons. Prowling Wolf for our rare, Protector Prime for our champion, and Skull Throne for our blessing, and Disruptive Liberator foil. Sweet. Who's watching today? Anyone here who likes to play Warhammer? Do you play, what is it? Do you play the, I can't remember what the original one was called in regards to Age of Sigmar. Do you play Age of Sigmar or Classic Warhammer? Storm Shield, Opportunity Strike, Gaze of Mork, Feasting Vargheist, Call of the Grave, and Righteousness for our commons. Blood Sacrifice, Enraged Alapex, and Stardrake for our uncommons. Vandus Hammerhand for our rare. Rune-marked Deathbringer for our champion, and Turmoil of Souls for a blessing, and Terrify as our foil today. Nice. Yeah, who do you play Classic Fantasy or do you play Age of Sigmar? What armies do you play? Also, did you ever play any of the Warhammer Fantasy skirmish games? Jaws of Death, Brute Smashers, Ravenous Crypt Ghoul, Soul Stealer, that looks like Nagash, Piercing Shot, and Invigorating Chant for our commons. Wah! Ceremony, Skeleton Warriors, and Transmogrifying Flamer for our uncommons. Infected Terrorgeist, nice. Frenzied War Chanter, and Grot Boss for our for our champions, and Longstrike Raptor for our foil this time. Nice. Yeah, did anyone ever play Mordheim? Now Mordheim was sick. Or do you play the, what is it? I can't remember the name of the new skirmish game. Meat Shield Grots, Achelian Barrier Guard, Grot Slashers, Grave Call, Furious Strike, and Scorn of Sorcery for our commons. Dark Mist, Light of Sigmar, and Rejoice in Slaughter for our uncommons. Frightful Strike is our rare, followed by Riptooth Megaboss and Spell Eater Curse, nice, and Sweeping Gore Grunter for our foil this time. Excuse me. Hellfire Blast, Arcane Bolt, Piercing Shot, Unholy Vitality, Alpha Griff Charger, and Disruptive Liberator for our commons. Reckless Inspiration, Show Off Grots, Searing Light as our uncommons. Celestial Fate, followed by Grot Shaman, Spider Rider, and Blessed Weapons, and Renewed Warlust. Ooh, haven't seen that one yet, I think. Nice. Wow, Infusion, Ravenous Crypt Ghoul, Opportunity Strike, Feasting Vargheist. Oops, he's fallen. Pouncing Bullfrider and Stormstrike Fulminator. Charging Black Knight, Glory of War, and Serve in Death for our uncommons. Terrify, Aberrant Ghoul King, and Savage Loyalty, followed by an Arcane Bolt. Beautiful. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are halfway through the box. Yeah, it's roughly about time I should probably start going over some of the points of these cards. So, Frenzied Warboar is a unit. It is a beast. This shield icon indicates that it is also a unit, and it has this ability, Rend, damage to your opponent. I'm not too sure what that does. Actually, I'm not too sure about a lot of what this does. But anyway, when you play a card, in Age of Sigmar, you have in your play field, you have 4 columns and 2 spaces at each column. And you have your champions in the row that's closer to you, and between your opponent and your champions you have spaces to place units like Frenzied Warboar, Orc Scrappers, Bat Swarm, and you also have places to put your abilities, which are sort of like your one-shots. Let's see, and if you have a wizard or a spellcaster or whatever in one of your champions, you can use spell cards. And Deadly Chop, Blood for the Blood God, Brutish Resilience, and Bloody Thirst for our uncommons. We've got Blood Fury Wrathmonger for our rare, Gaunt Summoner for our champion, and Swift Judgment for a blessing, followed by Putrid Puke. So when you have one of these cards, and you'll see that these have they have these little circles in the corners. These, not here, but anyway, when you place it, you get your. Usually this will have an X in a lot of cards. It might have a number, and that'll start affecting right away. But at the start of each of your turns, you turn it sideways, and whatever number is here is the number for this effect here. So turn it around, rotate it. Damage to your opponent, so this will be 3 when it rotates at the start of your turn. Increase this by 4 if the highlighted champion does not control a unit. So the champion that's opposite, if that champion doesn't have a unit, then this will take 7 damage when it rotates around. And next turn when it rotates and doesn't have a circle here, it'll just go to the graveyard. Discard pile, sorry. Yeah, so each game you'll have 30 cards in your deck. Those will be actions, units, spells, etc. You'll have 4 champions, and you'll have 4 blessings as well. So we've got Murderous Vargheist, Gaze of Mork, Fanatical Skullfiend, Gift of Sigmar, Chaotic Restoration, and Unholy Vitality for our commons. Skeletal Legion, Summon Daemon, and Surprising Skulkers for our uncommons. We've got a Mega Boss on Maw Crusher. Oh, I so want to convert one of those. Chaos Champion and Hungering Vampire Lord. Ooh, 3 champions, nice. And a Star Drake for our foil. Cool. So these icons on the side here These refer to what kind of unit it is. So this is a beast. And this this icon is a unit, and some cards will actually have they'll actually reference certain icons. It may reference a unit icon. It may reference a beast icon. A lot of card games do the same thing, and this one will use units as well as keywords. I'll just get back to the cards. Ethereal Horde, commanding the dead, a Ragnarok Spider. Wah, Infusion, Return of the Fallen, and Charging Blood Crusher for our commons. Gift of Change, Sanction, and Big Stabber Crew for our uncommons. Fearsome Crypt Flayer for our rare. Blood Throne of Khorne, and Deathless Thralls. And our foil is a Liberator Prime Champion. Nice. Oh yeah, by the way, I just wanted to show off this really cool backing of the card. It's sort of like this really nice, you can probably see it in the video, but it's this really nice sort of glossy sort of semi-textured with this sort of flat untextured gloss layer over the top where it's got Warhammer Age of Sigmar and Champions. Man, I really can't talk. Blue Flame, Soul Stealer, Ethereal Horde, Blood Feast, Murderous Vargheist, and Reckless Juggernaut. Commons, Searing Light, Skeleton Warriors, and Scatter the Forces for our uncommons. Shrieking Terrorgeist, Protector Prime, and Curseling. And our foil is Restoring the Forge. So, Paladin Protector, Rallying Cry, Twisting Screamer, Cursed Strike, Grot Slashers, and Insatiable Blood Reaver for our commons. Divine Vengeance, Gift of Change, and Born from Blood for our uncommons. We've got an Aetherwing Scout as a rare, Unrivaled Bloodlust for a blessing, and Reaping Can Wraith, and Might of Gork. Ooh, nice. Yeah, so if my memory serves, I'm pretty sure that they actually only made physical sets for the first 3 months. I think it was like the base set, then Onslaught, and I think the third one was Savagery. I would have loved to pick one of those up, but unfortunately couldn't. Piercing Shot, a Ragnarok Spider, Pack of Bloodletters, Pouncing Wolf Rider, Goreslick Skull Reaper, and Searing Firestorm for our commons. Acolyte Scrollbearer, Volkark Acolyte, and Ceremony for our uncommons. Flow of Chaos for our rare, with Massive Chopper Warboss and Warboss Recruiter, followed by a Cursed Strike foil. Zombie Dragon, Meat Shield Grots, Grave Call, Unholy Vitality, Orruk Scrappers, and Longstrike Raptor for our commons. Hungry Fellbats, Frightful Touch, Mystic Shield for our uncommons. Coven Throne, followed by Rune-Marked Deathbringer and Wanton Destruction, and then Armies of the Dead is our foil. Oh, that's nice. So one of the things that I find is a lot of, I don't know if there's too many of them, but there's a lot of those, I don't know if there's too many of them, but there are some of those card games that also have a digital format. This game, Lightseekers, I don't know any others off the top of my head, and they all have these kind of things which sort of allow you to scan them and dictate what kind of card you'll get when you scan it into your digital program. And I find one of the funny things about card games that do this is that they've instantly limited themselves as to what they can produce physically, which is a shame, really. Skull Reaper Icon Bearer is our rare, Grot Shaman Spider Rider, and Supernatural Horror, followed by an Ethereal Horde. Nice. But I mean, you know, if it's so much easier to play these games online, really. Ragnarok Spider, Stomping Maw Crusher. Cool. It's weird that all the big things are just commons. Blue Flame, Strike Force Liberator, and Triumphant Smash, and Return of the Fallen for our commons. We've got a Divine Vengeance, Corn's Chosen, and Serve in Death for our uncommons. Trampling Grunter is our rare, with Hell Knight, that's nice, and Isharan Soulrender as our champions, and a foil Demonic Fury. I like that. Excuse me. We're getting close to the end there, guys. Few more packs to go. We've got a Stormstrike Fulminator, Grot Slashers, Pink Horror Conjurer, Rallying Cry, Bat Swarm, and Lightning Strike. For our commons, Surge of Justice, Summon Demon, and Charging Black Knight. For our uncommons, a Grot Ambush, Lord Veritant, and Carrion Feast, followed by Grimghast Reapers. Yeah, cool. I haven't had a chance to play much Warhammer, tabletop Warhammer, I should say, recently. I've spent a lot of time building up a Goblin army, a Moongrot army, Comet Strike, Reckless Juggernaut, Scrying Pool, Charging Blood Crusher, Orruk Shield Bashers, and Call of the Grave are our commons. Blood for the Blood God, Swift Namati Reaver, and Big Stabber Crew for our uncommons. Hurricane Raptor is our rare, followed by Night Heraldor and Collar of Domination. And Inspired Glory is our foil this time. I like doing conversions. I converted this really cool Mordheim team, I guess, from goblins. They're like every single one of them is converted. But I used Noblar bodies from Ogre Kingdoms, stuck on some goblin heads and a bit of green stuff to fill out the robes. Twisting Screamer, Pack of Bloodletters and Warding Light, Stormstrike Fulminator, Sweeping Namati Thrall, and Crypt Shield Black Knight for our commons. Razor Shell Leviathan, or Leviathan, Surprising Skulkers, and Gore Chopper Brute for our uncommons. Frenzied Vargeist is our rare with Lochian Prince, and Renewed Warlust, followed by a foil Collar of Domination. Nice. Lucky last. Alright, I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna call something. I reckon we're gonna get a Chaos Champion at least, and probably 2 spells. And the foil is gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be like Stormcast oriented. Demonic Fury, Alpha Griff Charger, Chaotic Restoration, first spell, Bat Swarm, Strike Force Liberator, and Freakish Crypt Horror, those are our commons. Frenzied Blood Reaver, Bloody Thirst, Scatter the Forces, 2 spells. Those are uncommons. Loudmouth Megaboss is our rare, followed by Frenzied War Chanter, followed by Exalted Deathbringer. Is that a Chaos Champion? I think so. And Bloody Thirst. So, didn't get the last one, but... Anyway, guys, that has been a box of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions. That's the first set. I think they refer to them as waves. So there's Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3, etc. Tonight, I'll only be doing this one. I'll make a video for the Onslaught booster box a little bit later. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you want to, like, dislike, whatever you want to do. It's all good. And have a safe and enjoyable night. All right. Thanks, guys.